Welcome to Order in Chaos, episode 21. Right, today's episode is our first anniversary special. Yay!
Okay. There's too much celebration.
Chaos Studios is 1 year old as of August 2026. Right? So we'll start off with 1 year reflection of how the past year has been from the start till now. Like what are the things we have observed and how the usage of AI has evolved and how it has been integrated differently in different forms.
If you realize that the amount of money that the company is putting into this is increasing, the costing is increasing, right? Because to have higher compute, obviously you need to spend more energy, right? And what we envision in particular for AI is that companies will actually start having their own internal server. So like they will build their own servers, build their own language models that is specific to their company. Because it doesn't make sense that you use atomic bomb to kill an ant, right? Essentially, when you use enterprise grade, like we talk about the Anthropic one, OpenAI's one, right? You're using it to perform what? Create a shopping list.
Yes, overkill.
Right? So a lot of companies will they'll end up creating their own. And then you need someone to be there because the models are still not there yet, right? They need someone to QC the work that is done. So people are evolving from doing the work to become supervisors. Right, pretty much. So I think that's the future of this particular industry. And for us, for the past year, it was very hectic. Like we were trying to discover what, because originally we started from zero, right? So we took what you mentioned, like we take any client that came in, right?
Yeah.
Then now we reach the point where we're evaluating which client to.
Yeah, because it comes with the clarity lah. Because we're slowly moving out of the survival phase and then into a more. It's like we're progressing up the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yeah, so it's a natural evolution.
Yeah, so then there are certain clients that, like what I mentioned, I think this is from our past data, right? Is that the cheaper the client, the higher risk that client of defaulting.
Yeah, that's
Right.
turns out to be quite true.
Yeah. And of course, I started to be able to identify that the character of the client is very important as well. It's not just simply, oh, you give me money, I work for you. Because some of the clients, they just want to like do black hat marketing. They just want to game the system. So nothing is like, when you're in the creative field, right, you realize that you get a lot of opportunities. Because your field is applicable to every industry.
Yeah.
Right? You get a lot of opportunities, and for you to prioritize like what is the one that you see the future in. Right? Because for me, as a founder, as a owner, right, I need to prioritize my overheads first, right? And I assign a value to my viewers time obviously by whatever their salary divided by the number of days they're working, right? Their per day rate is what, right? And if it's lower than their per day rate, then what's the point for me, right? I think one thing that across the year is I started to really learn how to focus and cherish my time, right? Yeah, I might spend time talking shit about people, like that's what I usually do in the office. But then obviously it doesn't matter to me. It's just a distraction, like temporary, like distraction from the focus work that I'm doing. Right? It's like, wait, always Pomodoro technique, right? Like what? 30 minutes and 15 minutes break, right? The 15 minutes break is the time that I just start talking nonsense. As Ken has experienced a lot in the office. I thought to come down and disturb them on the first floor and come and steal some snacks. So yeah, I think that's one thing. I think one thing I could be doing better is to have standard operating procedures. I can say that, oh, it's a creative field, there's no standard. No, that's not true. It's a lie that I'm telling myself. Because having a system in place could be what that increases my efficiency. Because currently it's very task by task. I come up with the brief, I send the brief to my design team, they come up with the design. But if that shouldn't be the case, because it shouldn't be me coming up with the brief. Coming up with the brief takes time away from me who get more deals, right? To get to grow the company, focus on operations, focus on growth of the company, right? So I think that's one thing that I should be doing better. I can say that, oh, I hope to have more time to do this, but not true lah. It's just
how you free up your time. By establishing the right systems and then to help you eliminate all the busy work and stuff. Yeah.
So it's not just freeing up my time, but having the leap of faith lah to invest money to find the right person to do this. Because at the end of the day, right, currently why I do it because firstly is fear that the quality will degrade. That's one thing. Right. Second thing is we still have a lot of clients who are above the overheads. But our rate that they're paying us is above the overheads that they are costing me, which is profit lah,
Yeah.
right? So like I should slowly start to cut away, like let's say the 10% profit margin clients and focus more on like to getting 30, 40, 50% profit margin clients. I think that's one thing that we need to look on, like for me to focus on. Because I mean I try to be fair lah, but then being fair doesn't mean it's being right a lot of times.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah lor. Yeah. That was a recap of the past 1 year, right?
What we are looking to venture into so-called this next phase of our growth of QHAOS Studios, which is to divert more attention to QHAOS Labs, which is our, can we say B2C? Is it?
Yeah, I'll say it's more B2C.
Yeah.
Because as what we mentioned previously was QHAOS Studios is very customized, right? It's very B2B, right? But we also understand that there is a market for standardized product offering that has the ability to scale, right? So ultimately, of course, yes, profit making for the company, it must be, right? But secondly, it's also because we want to groom the next, groom is not a very good word. We want to nurture, yeah, the next generation of people who, because we see that there is a existing trend of people who wants to come out and in a sense become marketers of their own. Content creators are called
Content creators.
right? So but they do not, either they do not have the skills to, or they do not have the like who
The
to learn from.
confidence.
Yeah, the confidence from. So we firmly believe in creating a community of people that believe in the same thing that we do lah.
Yeah.
Right? In providing excellence, providing value. Right? So of course what's in it for me is that in the future when I invest in multiple creators, one of them is gonna be in the industry for long. Right? And subsequently if I have any brand deals, at least there are people that I can contact with.
Yeah.
Currently I do not have any contacts. Right? Let's say if someone wants to do influencer marketing, and that's one thing that QHAOS Studios like, which I've identified previously, right? Is we do not have influencers to reach out to that is, it's not even about the price. A lot of times it's not even about the price. A lot of times it's, do I trust your brand enough to carry it? Because there's so many brands that were MLMs, Ponzi's, right? That they are very careful in working with brands. So let's say if a client comes to me, it could be their small brand, small company, but they are doing something real, right? But then influencers are hesitant because would it affect my image,
Oh yeah.
right? Or is it worth it to take on this? What are the repercussions? So I think that's the friction I identified, and QHAOS Labs is a solution to solve this. So what is QHAOS Labs is where we bring creators, we actually bring them to hands-on learning. We are not gonna do any of the theory stuff of like marketing is understand your customer persona, no bro. That is too. You should
level already.
Huh?
That's too service level.
Yeah, that should be something you should know lah. So when we talk about content creation, there are a few things that we take into account, right? So of course, how to film, right? Filming is how else you create content.
Yeah.
Right?
Technical skills are basically.
Yeah, technical skills, right? Not just technical skills, but also like what would be the best fit for our understanding. We are the clients, we understand clients, right? So based on your current personality, we would know that what kind of persona that you should be gain you the most traction, right? That is aligned with you as well.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about in this episode?
Right, so now we are gonna pivot to talk about 7 myths that people believe when they aspire to become a content creator. Right, the first one is that I need followers and views to make money.
I mean, this is true to some extent, but it's not 100% the truth, right?
Yeah.
It's actually just probably like a 20-30%, right? Okay, so particular to TikTok, because we talk about the platform that has the more viewership, like traction, right? So TikTok actually has a creator program, right?
The rewards program.
Creator rewards program. But the minimum requirements is you need to have 10,000 followers.
Yeah, 10,000 followers.
10,000 followers and 100,000 views in the past 30 days,
Yeah.
right? And then you will get $1 per 1,000 views for subsequent videos that you generate, because that's when you onboard on the program. But the caveat is that it's not even in Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those who are in countries that do not even have this, then obviously you are out, right? So there are many ways that you generate income, not just from your superficial views, engagements, lah, right? So one is UGC, user generated content. Brands pay you and give you a product and then you do a review or you do as if you were the one who bought the product, right? UGC. Right. Secondly is a brand deals, right? Where it's more formalized version of UGC. Right? Then you have your live streaming, right? A lot of people actually make more money from live streaming.
You mean when they sell a product or when they just
Yeah, when they sell.
interact and then just
I mean, interact is one thing also lah, because interact you get gifts,
gifts and all that.
right? So I mean, you could be like those doing dancing,
Yeah.
or like doing stupid things to get. There's this one like those rich bit one. I love it. Like you know the guy is eating like his hot pot. Then after every time someone send a gift, he'll stand up and dance. Then he freaking rich because he just about sit down and eat, then he just so multiple ways. It's not just simply getting paid for the views because that's a more YouTube kind of thing, right? There's a more trend YouTube kind of monetization, right? So I think that being followers definitely help. But as a start, if you are just starting out, right, it doesn't matter. Just be consistently, just be out there, and then be an expert in your field so that people will notice you. I think that's it.
Yeah. Right. Myth number 2. I need expensive equipment and advanced creative skills in order to be a content creator.
That's the biggest myth, and then I don't think that is true. Like you need skills. Don't blame the.
Yeah, it's not about the what tools you have.
Yeah, it's about how good you are with your tools, man.
Yeah.
Right? That's one thing we'll cover in QHAOS Labs also, like how to do mobile videography. Because there are certain ways to hold your phone, there are certain angles to take, right? Where you'll practice and so that to enhance that. Like having professional equipment is just what we call just noticeable difference. Right? Your or even barely noticeable difference. Right? Because at the end of the day, your screen is only that big, right? People wouldn't even notice the difference in quality.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a professional, but if your content is shit, there is no meaning to your video, then people won't even watch it. Yeah. So the creativity part is not like the 100% part of it. You need to at least be a subject matter expert. I think that's one thing when it comes to like the creative part. Because that's when you have many things to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Because let's say if you are in a particular field, right, you must be willing to put in the work to research lah. It's not about like just no. Okay, so that's one thing you'll teach also, like how to do your competitive research, what topics are trending, what are people searching out for, right? So then you create content based on that, what people are searching out for. You must understand that this is something that big YouTubers, right, get for free. Why? They just analyze their own comment section. Hey, can you do a video on,
Yeah.
right?
Get the feedback from there.
Scripting part, of course, that's where the creativity comes in.
Yeah.
To deliver the same message. But to get what message to deliver, right, that's pure research. That's pure analytics. And that's nothing to do with creativity. Yeah. How to deliver the message, yeah, that's the creative part. Then that's only right. And even there, right, there's multiple formats that has been tested and proven to work better. Right? So you can use that format. It's just the actual delivery part, then that's your own flair. Right?
Myth number 3. I just have to be myself in order to attract people who resonate with me.
Okay, so there's a difference between being yourself and being prepared,
Yeah.
right? Because at the end of the day, you should still be yourself as in your character, things you believe in, right? But the delivery and persona that you can be on different platforms have to be different, right? Because of just for example, attention span. That's one thing, right? Let's say on Instagram that gets to discover you. Maybe they are already your existing followers. They maybe have more patience, and then they want a more refined, polished because it's for Instagram.
Yeah.
But for TikTok, they want something more unhinged. So yeah, it depends on platform, right? And also the
niche and
the niche that you're going for,
Yeah.
right? You still can be your own flavor, right? But being your own flavor doesn't mean unprofessional, right? I actually had a talk with one of the NOC guys before, right? He was a part-time driving Grab, I think. He was on NOC, right? He was a certain character. Forgot it was NOC or Wild Banana. But yeah, so he was a certain character, right? But when I met him, right, then I was like, I was telling him that, hey, you're very different from what we see online, right? Then he was saying like, it's on screen, man. So even he understand, like people veterans in the industry, right? They also understand this fact. Like his on-screen character is more unrefined and raw, and like it looks like unhinged, right? But his real person is not like this. Like he don't speak like that, right? So it can even be the opposite. You get what I mean? Like his actual character is more refined, but maybe because of the way he looks, and they feel that he fits this, their audience like him to be this particular character, then continue being that way, right? So yeah, you have to think of the script well, how the storyline is gonna flow, right, and deliver accordingly lah. It's not gonna be like really, I just open a live stream and then just stand there, sit there,
Start yapping.
start stoning. So yeah, then there is a, you still have to be
Intentional.
yeah, intentional.
How you come
Yeah,
across when
yeah.
you deliver the message in your content.
And your objective lah, you need to have a point to make across lah. If you're just talking about random stuff that with no clear end in mind, then what's the point?
Okay. Myth number 4. I must be a very interesting person.
No.
Yeah, not really.
You must have something that you are passionate about. That does not mean that you're interesting. Your life can be a very mundane, typical, dude, even the average salaryman, you know, was it the comic thing?
Or the work salary.
Work salaryman, right? He's talking about mundane life and he can still,
Yeah.
you get what I mean? Right? You must have something that you are very passionate about to the extent that you are willing to spend hours searching it up. Right. So you must be curious, you must be passionate about the topic that you're talking about. Right. So then the other guy was what was his name?
Thomas Straker.
Thomas Straker, right? So he did this, he created this brand called All Things Butter. Like he was an actual chef, right? But then he started to create compound butter. Compound butter means using butter, then you go and mix with different ingredients to create particular taste. And he realized that that video was the people were very interested in. So he started creating a lot of compound butters. Right. And then subsequently when he launched his own brand, the All Things Butter brand, right? It sold 1 million blocks. Yeah. So it could be very simple things like that. So you just have to be passionate, you have to be willing to dive deep into the field that you want to talk of. Right?
Okay, myth number 5. I need to create content every single day. That's not true.
Yeah. You need to, preferably you are posting content every single day, not creating content every single day.
Yeah.
That's where your workflow and your process matters. Right?
Because content creation is a workflow. It's not just one task.
Yeah, it's not just today I just want to turn on my camera and start yapping. So in the content creation workflow, there's actually 3 major steps that we believe in. Right? So there's the ideating phase, right? There is the production phase, and then there's the processing phase.
Yeah.
Right? So all these 3 come together to create in every single content. Right? Which means that you are able to spend one block of time to ideate, spend one block of time to produce, and then and one block of time to process. Right? Then you will tell me that, but my background will be the same if I film all the videos in one day. Do you really care when you look at content creators or on TikTok? You don't give a shit what their background is. You don't even remember what clothes they're wearing, but you remember the nonsense they talk about.
Yeah.
Not nonsense.
The substance.
The substance, yes. Wrong. So it doesn't matter to people. And honestly, if you are that serious about your content creation journey, right, you can do, like, you can change your location. If you want to go and film, you can. There's multiple cafes in your area.
Yeah.
Right, or restaurants in your area. You can just keep changing. Planning is the most important part.
Right, so myth number 6. When I'm just starting out, I'll definitely get shortchanged by clients I work with or other stakeholders.
I mean, you are not even big to begin with, so you need to 知己知彼, like you need to know yourself first, right?
Yeah.
And it's not about being shortchanged. It's like definitely when you are starting, right? It's not just the creation side of things. It's not just the creating content side of things, but the business side of things that you have to handle as well. The alternative is to get professional team
with an agency or
right?
Something like that.
Yeah, to help you handle, right? And of course, the agency. A lot of people tell me, okay, so work with, let's say, Glass Truck, right? One of the bigger influencer agencies. But the thing is, they have so many people under their arm, right? And they only have so much deals that are coming in, right? Who will they allocate to you? I think that's one thing you need to take into mind as a creator hoping to join an agency, right? Would they be giving you priority when it comes to recommending their model or their influencer portfolio? right? You'll probably not be on the front page if you're just starting out. So, but if you join a smaller agency, whenever because their pool is limited, right? They will just recommend you. You might get even more deals, right? So that ties in with our whether you want to be a small fish in a big pond or a big fish in a small pond, right?
Which
So
you would prefer to be a big fish in a small pond.
for this particular phase, yes.
When you're just starting out as a content creator.
Yeah. Because another thing is, but if I go through an agency, I need to pay them, I need to profit share.
Cut or what?
Yeah, but then, I mean, like 90% of $1,000 is better than 100% of 500 lah, or even 50, right? You might be getting, the agency might be able to negotiate on in the capacity of an agency, right? Push your fees to $1,000. But if you yourself are representing yourself and you go and try and negotiate, highly unlikely you are able to have any negotiating power. That's one thing to take note of, right? So
The most important thing to understand is still the effort to reward ratio.
yeah.
Like we said before.
Yeah. When it comes to consumer products, 性价比 so price to performance ratio, right?
Yeah.
But for you yourself as where you are the fulfillment from the ops side of things, right? You need to evaluate your effort to reward because you might get, let's say, project is $1,000. Maybe you can only get $1,000 fee, right? Appointment fee with the smaller agency. And with a bigger agency, you can get 1,500, 1,600. But the effort to create that content and the number of revisions, maybe their client is more picky, their client is bigger, there are more expectations, right? Then you spend 3 times as much effort just to get 1,000, just to get 60% more. You spend 300% to get 60%. Doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather spend 300% or you get 3 smaller jobs?
3 smaller jobs.
Right? You get more based on 3 smaller jobs.
Mm.
So logically speaking, it's then you can tell me, but big brands give me exposure. Really? I mean, you can tell him, okay, so but it grows my portfolio. It helps me get deals with bigger brands. Okay, but the problem is at the end of the day, they look at your work, right? Do you think that I just look at your portfolio? It's the same as companies with websites that we have worked with, then splatter
Yeah, all the
like logo mesh, right? Do you actually believe in it? No. You actually look at the work. Especially now they can just search your handle and then just see your videos. I think that the work matters more than the brand that you're working with. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's one thing to take in mind.
Alright, myth number 7. The content creation space is too saturated to enter now. Everyone's becoming a content creator nowadays.
You're just coming here to what we call like 混饭吃, right? Like just here to just not be serious about your own niche and you're not be clear about your own niche, trying to be a vlogger, lifestyle vlogger. Yeah, I think it is. But then again, it's the same as in every industry, right? Insurance, property. People has been saying that for the past 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
But is it really true? Not true. There are still new people that become.
Yeah, so saturation isn't the real problem, it's a problem of indistinction.
Yeah. So
standing out.
yeah, if you're not standing out, if you don't even know what your niche, and you can even filter down, right? So you filter down to a point, right, that you realize, then you can tell me, okay, how many people are actually in that particular niche, in that particular topic that you're talking about? It's not a lot. Because at the end of the day, right, like you have your unique flair, unless you tell me that you're not, you are indistinguishable in real life as well. Like you have no character of your own. Then yeah lah, okay, fair enough. Right? It's a skill issue. As your own right? But that's the whole point of you finding a professional who can see from a marketability aspect. Right? Because yeah, you know yourself, but you yourself are many different traits and different traits make up your personality.
Yeah.
Right? So which trait in particular is marketable, or which topic or which passion of yours is marketable? That's where you need an expert to come in and see, right? If you yourself, you're just gonna go with what feels most comfortable for you, right? But what's most comfortable for you might not be marketable.
Yeah.
Right? So there is no such thing as saturation unless you are in it's not commoditized. Content creation, something that has that is not standard script will never be commoditized. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the people were saying that fast food was dominated by McDonald's, KFC, Wendy's, Arnold's, all this kind of thing, right? Wallace. Just saying, there's China brands that came out, or saturated. The coffee industry was saturated, but Starbucks Luckin came about. 真的咩? Right. So it's how you differentiate yourself, or the you that people want to see. I think that's the part that you need to figure out, rather than 没有啦，这个 industry 很烂啊什么。But then again, QHAOS Labs that we are trying to launch, right, is really only for people who with a genuine interest. If you are here to like just exploring side hustle phase, right, I don't think this is for you, honestly, right? This is more for people who are okay. So I already have some knowledge in this, right? I already have some. I've tried experimenting. I met some roadblocks, some frustrations, and I want a professional to help me refine my process. Then that's how we come in. Because as I mentioned, we are not going through the basics. Yeah, we're not here to babysit you. We are here to help you advance your journey. That's pretty much it. We are not in the seed phase, we're in the growth phase. Right? So people who are coming in, your objective is not to create it's not just simply to learn how to create content, right? But how to create content that appeals to people, right? How to the scripting, the storyline. I think that's where we come in, and yeah, I think that's the part. Or you have an existing business that you want to market for, because if you have no product in mind, I cannot help you.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's one.
That's not something that we can
We
help
don't
you.
we don't help you create smokes and mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's just to bring clarity to creators. That's the whole purpose of labs. Yeah.
Oh, that's a mouthful. Clarity to creators.
Clarity to creators. Okay, so we've come to the end of episode 21. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.